Hello, welcome back. My name is Michelle Eshelman, and I decided to start a YouTube channel to get everybody following along on my pretty much life story and my virtual assistant journey. I wanted to share a lot more. I get a lot of questions, and I figured this might be the easiest route. So, this time I'm going to be sharing about how to become a virtual assistant. So I've shared my journey as far as like my why and sharing a little bit about like exactly how I got started. So I want to share a few like free tips on like how exactly to become a virtual assistant. So I shared a little bit about like, pretty much doing research, kind of doing my own thing, jumping on free webinars and kind of like running to dead ends about like actually getting started. So I signed up to do a course with Laptop and Littles, and here I am. So just kind of some general pointers on like how to actually get started. So you kind of just want to know like general services, like what you would possibly offer. So I kind of was unsure at the beginning, and so I just decided to kind of do like general. I was open to anything and everything because I kind of wanted to like learn and see. I knew I had a background in administrative skills, but some of the other things I didn't, and I like was really scared about actually bringing it online. So I kind of was like, okay, and like I have some medical background as well. So I was like, well, like therapy offices, medical offices, I'm gonna kind of look out for that stuff. So after a while, like you can always start general, and then like I also kind of niche down on stuff. Sometimes that really helps when you do kind of know an area that you want to go into. But starting off, if you just are like, I just don't feel like I have skills, or I just have no idea, just kind of have a general idea about like what you're looking for, and just maybe keep your eyes open on posts and certain things of like what people are looking for. So I have a video that talks about like all the different types of EAs. It doesn't list everything because there's just so many different types, but I have definitely a rundown of that. So you could definitely go over and look at that video and see if that helps give you some ideas about maybe what services you would want to offer. Kind of knowing your ideal client, that kind of also goes into some of the services, but like knowing your ideal client. In this virtual world, a lot of people nowadays have asked about personality tests. Like there's an Enneagram test, like I think 16 personalities, a disc, like there's so many things. And I find that really helpful because knowing your ideal client and like also knowing somebody that you would have a good personality with is awesome. You guys work better, work gets done better, the communication styles, all those things, which is definitely kind of different when you're like a typical job. Like, yeah, you kind of get a sense of people, but like that's something that you cannot always control about like all the different people in your work environment. But with this, you kind of can, and it's really awesome. I think that's why I've held on to clients that I've had for 5 years, is because we work very, very well together. We've gotten to know each other and communication, and we treat each other equal. And it's not just like I'm an employee and like we work together. So kind of knowing your ideal person there, of like kind of digging into yourself, like what's my communication style, what's my personality kind of like, who would I kind of want to work with? Do I want somebody that's very similar in this, or do I work better with somebody that's not? Do I need somebody that kind of manages a little bit more, or like do I want somebody that doesn't manage a little bit more? So kind of knowing your ideal client. Create and update resume, portfolio. So a lot of people do, like some people do resumes and some people ask. Some people create a portfolio. I have like a portfolio on Canva that's a few different slides and stuff. And then like knowing your rate on what you want to charge. To be honest, you can either do like an hourly rate, or you can do like a package retainer deal of like where you get paid monthly. And you like offer so many services for like a monthly fee. To be honest, when I started out, I started as like an hourly rate just because that's all I've ever known, and it scared me to do a package retainer. But now, honestly, being in this world for a while, I would prefer to do a package and retainer. So having a contract and setting up your business. So you can technically kind of work as yourself, like a sole proprietor. I decided to sign up like get an EIN and like actually have a business name. And then having a contract, like I have a contract that's been approved by a lawyer that was also in the Laptop and Littles course, which is awesome. That, like it just protects you and your client as well, to legally have something binding as far as like what they're paying you. In our contract, it has like they'll give me a month notice if they don't want to work with me anymore, and I'll give them a month's notice if I don't want to work with them anymore. So it's got a lot of things in there that helps protect you. So having a contract or having something in place, especially that's been approved by a lawyer, so like if anything happens, and you have to, you know, negotiate or fight or something, do something, you actually have something that protects you. So kind of knowing what makes you unique and standing out among others, that's very important. This business has grown a lot. And I've seen it too, myself applying, like now you're up against like 500 people, 200 people, 600 people. But knowing like your uniqueness and really standing out and just being yourself definitely really helps, instead of just being like everybody else, or like commenting what everybody else is commenting. Just kind of definitely just be unique and stand out. That also helps attract your most ideal client that like resonates with you, versus you're attracting somebody else, or maybe somebody that you don't want to work with, that you don't like, and they wouldn't like to work with you and you wouldn't like to work with them. So finding clients and setting a discovery call. So finding clients, definitely different ways to do that, as far as like LinkedIn, Indeed, Facebook groups, networking on those Facebook groups, seeing posts about job opportunities and stuff. I think there's Upwork, Fiverr, lots of different places you can find virtual assistant jobs now. And then, you know, getting a discovery call with them, getting them set up. And then onboarding call when you land a client, pretty much kind of, you know, what to expect, like what's the best communication style, like so you're not communicating all over the place and losing stuff, like email, text, calls, you know, those things. Are we having a weekly call to maybe check in all the time? You know, you're sending your contract out, just kind of knowing starting out with them, or like, and maybe like a get to know you page of like, hey, just want to kind of know, like, hey, or like a good thing of like, when's your birthday, something I want to make sure I wish you a happy birthday every year, or, you know, anniversary of like, you know, something, or if you have kids and your birthday, you don't have to get like too detailed and like creep them out or anything, but maybe just like a little get to know you, and like a little get to know me too, like a little bit about me, and like kind of discussing on your like discovery call too about those kind of things, so you know, like you're hitting your ideal client. So pretty much, one, know your services you want to offer, kind of know an ideal client that you're looking for, create, update resume, portfolio, kind of know what you want to roughly charge, contract, and like maybe setting up your business if you decide you want to have a business name, EIN, business number kind of thing. What makes you unique, what makes you stand out, like really definitely don't always try to like match absolutely everybody. Definitely be yourself, try to offer value to people. Finding clients and discovery calls. So, you know, finding clients, LinkedIn, Upwork, Fiverr, Facebook groups, you know, referrals, and then kind of just onboarding and landing a client and going from there. I hope this helps.